It's starting to get cold outside. What do? I cut my hair. My head is cold. What's happening, film friends? David the Film Junkie here, and I'm going to bring you some movie news you can find on your own, but I'm going to find it for you and tell you about it. That's me for you. I appreciate you guys clicking in, so let's get started. Batman vs. Superman news. Obviously, the big news of the Batman vs. Superman world is we now have our Wonder Woman. Yay! And she's super skinny. Gal Gadot. Yes, I already posted a video when the news was brought about, and a lot of people had mixed feelings. Some people were like, yeah, and some people were like, are you serious? And then you got the perverts that said, no tits, no ass, no thanks. My thoughts about it is she has a good face for it. She definitely has a very beautiful or exotic face. She's actually Israeli, I believe, and you know what, I could see her donning the tiara or whatnot, but yes, they will in fact, or they better bulk her up a little bit, because Wonder Woman is supposed to be, you know, meh. And I hope, I mean, it's very strange. It is, but you know what, I have faith. I have faith in Zack Snyder because, you know, when Man of Steel was starting to come about, people were iffy about it, and people still were, and I'm going to make a video of why people had a tough time accepting the Man of Steel as the new Superman. Yeah. You worry, and I was even worried, but like I said, I was worried about the Man of Steel, and I'm like, okay, where are they going with this? And I actually loved it. I loved the Man of Steel. I mean, it definitely had its, you know, problems, but overall, I thought, yeah, this is a fucking Superman with balls, guys. Balls! Let me know your thoughts. I mean, obviously, I thought maybe, you know, there was Gina Gigino or something like that, who was a terrible actress, so I could see why they didn't choose her, but she was an MMA fighter or some shit, I don't know. And then there was Jamie Alexander, but she's working, you know, with Marvel and Thor movies, so obviously she can't do both. She can't cross over to the DC world, even though Ryan Reynolds kind of did. Now let's talk about Ben Affleck, talking a little bit more about Batman vs. Superman. First he mentioned that, hey, he's really loving the fact that he's working with Zack Snyder and he's loving what's going on. And then he recently, with an interview with Playboy, he talks about the backlash because everybody just goes, are you serious? Fucking Daredevil, bro. Fucking Daredevil. He talks about that too. He says the movie that he regrets the most is Daredevil, which a lot of people are going, really? Did you not watch Geely? Which is dumb, because this is him personally thinking about that, because he loved Daredevil. He really did. He loved the character, and the fact that it turned out so bad is why he regrets it the most. And the thing is, he even mentions that if it's going to be another Daredevil, he wouldn't have chose it. Okay? Shut up, people. That was a decade ago. It wasn't entirely his fault. It starts with the writers, and then it goes to the director. I mean, it starts with them. Yes, his acting chops were not finely tuned, but they're better now. And not to mention, he's made some award-winning movies, so calm the fuck down. Then we got some villain news. An actor by the name of Callan Mulvey. I don't. People and their names, man, I tell you. But yeah, this guy right here, he was in such movies as Zero Dark 30. He's in the upcoming 300 sequel, as well as the Captain America sequel. He's been rumored that to be eyed for some villain. They haven't mentioned who. My guess is he could maybe pull off a Lex Luthor. I mean, not too bad, but then again, we gotta wonder, okay, well, obviously Lex Luthor is going to be in the sequel. I mean, it hasn't been confirmed, but he has to be. It just has to be. But then you gotta wonder, like, how many villains from the other two superheroes that are gonna be in this movie are they gonna show up? Probably not a Wonder Woman villain, that'd be kind of dumb, but are there gonna be any Batman villains, or is there gonna be another, like, Brainiac, or somebody, Doomsday was even thrown out there, that'd be fucking overkill. Your guess is as good as mine. As soon as I find out more, I'll let you guys know.
Sequels and prequels.
X-Men Apocalypse. That's right, Bryan Singer himself announced on his Twitter yesterday that X-Men Apocalypse is coming out in 2016. So he's already talking about the follow-up for the movie he's working on right now, X-Men Days of Future Past. Which is kind of weird too, because some disturbing news coming from Hugh Jackman today, talking about maybe him not coming back as Logan whatsoever and anything else ever again. Something must have happened. I've been meaning to write it up. It's not on my site yet, but something must have happened, because he was very... When you see him in interviews, he talks about how Wolverine was what launched his career, and not many people can get a role like this, so I'm going to keep it as long as possible. Now he's coming out today saying that, oh yeah, I have ideas and I have expectations for this character. If it doesn't meet my expectations, I'm not returning. I don't think he's a douche. In real life, he's a douche as Logan, but that just seems very unlikely. But, I mean, I guess you could just have a change of heart. Maybe the idea that was thrown out there just didn't suit him. But, I mean, if there's going to be X-Men Apocalypse coming out, we need Wolverine to be involved. I don't know. Well, I guess we'll see what happens, but that's what he said. But anyways, you can look forward to another X-Men sequel coming out in 2016. And Fast and the Furious 7, obviously, everybody's wondering what's going to be the deal because they were in the middle of shooting it when Paul Walker got into that terrible car accident and passed away. Apparently it's been put on hold indefinitely. They got to work some things out. And of course, the cast, how can these guys that were like brothers to Paul Walker, brothers and sisters to Paul Walker, how can they just go to work and just try to do something without him? Especially, I mean, it's him and Vin Diesel that really made this franchise, and you're just missing one of them. It's just hard. Like, how the hell are they going to do this? And who knows? The franchise might be dead in the water now. It might be just flat out done. I hope not, but really, you can't think of Fast and Furious without Paul Walker. So, I mean, they did the Tokyo Drift without him, but it just didn't feel like a Fast and Furious movie to me. Even though Lucas Black is coming back for these sequels, it's just not the same. But I'm sure they're putting their heads together. But if they can't salvage it, Fast and Furious is done. And you know, what is cool though, if you buy the Fast and Furious 6 movie, part of the earnings that it makes, the sales that it makes, is going to his foundation that he founded. I forgot what it's called, but I guess a portion of that is going to his foundation that relieves, you know, when there's disasters throughout the world, this foundation helps get money to him. So if you buy Fast and Furious 6, you're donating to a cause, Paul Walker's cause. Awesome stuff. Sad stuff too. Well, alright guys, that's all the movie news I wanted to talk about today. Make sure you hit that like, thumbs up button if you like today's show. Subscribe to my channel if you have not already, and also check out filmjunkie.com for current, up-to-date film news, movie news. I don't know why I say film more than, what am I talking about? Well, alright guys, I am David Duff, Film Junkie, and I brought you some movie news you can find on your own, but I found it for you and told you about it. You are welcome. My head is cold. It really is, but it's okay. Because I don't have to wash my hair anymore. I still do.